Shalom, shalom. I like to start off this video by giving honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Wacha, Kodash. Double honors to my elders, apostles, and bishop of GMS, great millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandment to the best of their ability. All right. So now we're coming back to a new lesson, and Lord willing, this will be edifying. So I'll start off with Jeremiah 28 and 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and pestilence. All right. So the prophet is really subject of hate in this world, because we're coming with a message of bad news. We're coming with bad news, okay? Because we're speaking against these kingdoms, against these countries, and in this times we're speaking against America because it's a wicked kingdom. So evil has to come upon it. It has to be destroyed because of the wickedness that is being portrayed in it. Okay, which in the end of the day, because we're speaking the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which is against Babylon, we become enemies of the world, and ultimately that's what happens, man. Because the world loves the world. They love the way of the world. So when we come up with the order, with righteousness, with the light, they hate it. Okay. And again, the evil that I wanted to bring out, because I feel like the spirit is on brothers, to speak about it, is pertaining to famine. Okay. And it says here, uh so yeah, it says here in Lamentations 9 and 10, 9 and 9, Salakia. Lamentation 4 and 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken for want of the fruit of the field. The hands of the pitiful woman have sought in their own children. They were their meat in the destruction of the daughter of my people. Right? So these people, when you die of famine, you're better off dying of the sword, man. Okay? When there's a famine around, and people go crazy. These women, as is written, these pitiful women, they were even willing to go as far as killing their own children and eating them. Cannibalism. Okay, these things are gonna come on a volume. It's gonna be out in the open. These people are just gonna kill you in this. Some people. And there's gonna be a time. Well, I'm telling you this. You're gonna see it, man. You're walking in the street, and you see someone get killed in front of you, and these people are eating him. Okay, so you might see someone drop dead in the street, and people are eating him, man. This is how bad this situation is gonna be, man. Okay, it says here in Second Ezra 15 and 19. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. This is the only reason. The reason why these people are going to go mad, it even tells us, iniquity shall increase. The love of many shall wax cold because iniquity shall increase. But mainly that iniquity shall increase because what? The lack of bread, and for great tribulation. If a mother is willing to kill her own children and to eat them, what do you think they're gonna do to the next person outside that she doesn't even know? The fruit of her womb, she's willing to kill it and eat it. What are you to her, man? You see? These people are gonna destroy each other with the sword, man. Okay? That's why when Yahushua said, when I come to bring fire on the earth, and what will I if the fire already be kindled? Because when Yahushua comes back, the situation on the earth is gonna be chaotic already. Okay? And again, Yahushua has to come in and put instill righteousness in this place, because all hell is gonna break loose, man. In the moments before Yahushua sets up, there's gonna be World War III. There's gonna be famine all over the world. These global elites trying to implementing the microchip. You see, famine, pestilence, death all over the place, man. It tells us in Daniel that this is a time like none, like it was never in any time of human history. Okay, this is gonna be worse than World War I, World War II. It's gonna be worse than slavery. It's gonna be worse than a tsunami. It's gonna be worse than anything that's ever been recorded. Okay, and what's gonna make it, and the fact that there's gonna be famine makes it even. That's the icing on the cake. Okay, that's the cherry on the cake, man. So it says here in Genesis 12:9. And Abraham journeyed, going still towards south, and there was a famine in the land. And Abraham went down into Egypt to sojourn there, for there was a grievous famine in the land. Okay, in the time of Abraham, there was a famine. Okay, it says here in Genesis 26 and 1. And there was a famine in the land beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went into Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, into Gehar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down unto Egypt, dwell in the land which I tell thee of, sojourn in the land, and I will be with thee, and I will bless thee, for unto thee and unto thy seed will I give all these countries, and will I perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father, and I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and I will give unto thee seed, it's like unto thy seed, all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that's what I can. Because Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my law. Okay. So again, even in the time of Isaac, there was a famine, but the Lord was there, telling him, "Don't worry about it, because I'll protect you." As we like to say, man, the prophets got 99 problems, but famine ain't one. Okay. It says here in because we know that the Lord is with us. If you're out there pushing the work, if you're out here pushing the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're doing what you can to follow the law, statutes, and commandments. You're reverencing Yahweh Hashem Yahushai to the best of your ability. You know, you best believe that He's not gonna forget you, man. It tells you that the Lord is not unrighteous to forget the deeds that you do towards His people. You know, in His name, the deeds that you do in His name towards your brethren, right? The fact that you're out there making your body a living sacrifice unto Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, He's not gonna forsake you, man. Okay, in this time of darkness, man, we might go through some things. We might see our family members getting put to death. We might be put in extreme situations that's even hard to picture right now. You know, but best believe that you have to keep your integrity, and the Lord's gonna be with us. Okay. So it says here pertaining to Joseph, Genesis 41:30. And there arise after them 7 years of famine, and all the plenty shall be forgotten in the land of Egypt, and the famine shall consume the land. And the plenty shall not be known in the land by reason of the famine following, for it shall be very grievous. So just before there was 7 years of plenitude, okay, 7 years where everything was there was the seeds were growing in the land of Egypt. Okay, so 7 years of plenteousness, and then 7 years of famine. So it says here, verse 32, and for that and for that the dream was doubled unto Pharaoh twice. It is because the thing is established by the Most High and will shortly bring it to pass. Okay, so just the fact that the Most High showed unto Pharaoh this dream twice, it was just to prove that it is going to happen. That's a sure thing. The same thing as it tells us in 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak down in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. The words of prophecy, meaning the words of prophecy really means to say before. Okay, so tell them the words. I'm showing you a vision of what's going to happen before. Tell them that. Okay, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord. So it's the Lord giving us the words, and that's why it's important to always base yourself through the gospel, through the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, to not go off and speak in your own words. Okay, so everything that you say is based off the scriptures. Okay, so I'll read that again. 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak down in the ears of my people, so the Israelites, not the whole world, my people, the Israelites, the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, said the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Okay, so everything so as we were talking about, the famine is going to happen. Okay, the prophets, they speak about evils, they speak about war, they speak about pestilence. All right, and like I was saying, the day of the Lord is for vengeance, man. The day of the Lord is gonna be as if you run from a lion, you're being chased by a bear, you put your hands on the wall and you're being bit by a serpent. It's gonna be darkness, great darkness, and no light. Okay? The only people that are gonna have light in that day is those that already have the light at this point. Those that have the light of Yahweh Hashem Yashai, those that have this knowledge. It tells us that knowledge shall be the stability of our time. So if you do not have this, knowledge, if your eyes have not been opened by Yahweh Hashem Yashai to have this knowledge, to know Him, to praise Him, to pray for mercy, okay, to seek for His mercy in the times to come, you might as well just you're walking dead, man. You're just waiting for the time to come for your sentence, man, because you have no hope compared to those that the faithful believers in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We are not without hope because we know that if we die with them, we'll be raised with them. Okay. So back to the point. So yeah, as I was saying, these words are faithful and true, and it will happen. Okay. We're basing our whole doctrine off the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, not upon our own intelligence, not upon the wisdom of the world. Okay. So it tells here, Genesis 42:1. Now when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, Jacob said unto his sons, Why do ye look one upon another? And he said, Behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Go you down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. Okay, because the famine was so harsh throughout all the land that even Jacob had to tell his sons going down to Egypt, because at that point Pharaoh took heed unto the counsel of Joseph. So during those 7 years of plenteousness, they were storing corn, they were storing wheat, they were saving up. And nowadays we call it they were doomsday prepping. Okay, Joseph gave wise counsel unto Pharaoh and told him, you better doomsday prep, man, because there's gonna be a time when you might in the time where you're plenteous, you should be keep saving, storing some things up for the near future, because after the plenteousness there's gonna be a heavy famine. Okay, so Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, and that was all through the Lord, man. Okay, and Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, and he sent his sons there that they may live and not die. It says here in Genesis 47:12, and Joseph nourished his father and his brethren and his father's household with bread according to their families. So at the end of the day, the family of Jacob, they all ate through the hands of Joseph, through Yahushai, through Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Okay, and there was no bread in all the land. There was no bread in all the land, but his servants they ate. Okay, there was no bread in all the land, for the famine was very sore, so that all the land of Egypt and all the land of Canaan fainted by reason of the famine. But lo, Jacob and his family and all his household were eating. They were eating good, right? Through the wisdom that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua gave unto Joseph, the knowledge and stability shall be wisdom and stability shall be the knowledge of wisdom, and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. You see, that's exactly what kept Joseph and Jacob and his household, that kept them through the famine, that delivered them from the famine. Okay, because when everyone was starving, they were eating good. Okay, it says here in Isaiah 65:13, Therefore thus saith the Lord power, Behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. My servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. See the duality? While people are here at this time, where everything's, when they peace and love, as they say, everything is good, everything is happy dandy. You could go to the club, you can go party, you can drink, you can go have fun, man. You can have the time of your life. You can be on that YOLO spirit on this time. You see, it tells us when there's going to be a time when the servants of the Lord are going to eat, but the rest of the world, they're going to be hungry. Okay, you see the duality, as it says, it's better to be in the house of mourning than in the house of mirth, because that is the end of all men. Okay, so these people are having fun now, putting their treasures, setting their hearts in the kingdom of Isa Edom, while us, the servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, are putting are setting our treasures in heaven. That we're building up or tab in the spiritual heaven. Okay, we're building a tab in heaven so that when the evil comes, the Lord may have mercy upon us and will deliver us, because when we were here, instead of using our time for ourselves, we forsook our even our own lives. We hated even our own lives to the point that we serve Yahweh Hashem Yashai with according to the truth, according to the spirit, and in sincerity. Okay, and this is all, and that's what it's all about, man. It's about worshiping. It's about worshiping and serving Yahweh Hashem Yashai in integrity, honor, and in truth. Okay, and in spirit. Okay, it says here in Luke. So pertaining to that being said, my servant shall eat. The another example of that, it's pertaining to Elias, Elijah. It says here in Luke 4:25, but I tell you of a truth, many widows were in Jerusalem in the days of Elias, when the heavens were shut up 3 years and 6 months, when great famine was through all the land. Okay, so in that time, Elias he called upon Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, and Yahweh Hashem Yahshai, he shut the heavens. Okay, there was no rain. Okay, and you know that without water, the crops are gonna die. So that happened throughout 3 years. But what happened unto Elijah? It says here in 1 Kings 17:1, Elijah the Tishbite, who was the inhabitant of Gilead, said unto Ahab, as the Lord power of Israel liveth, before whom I stand, there shall not be dew nor rain this year, but according to my word. And the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, get thee hence. You see, he cursed the land. You see, and that in a sense, when we're gonna be in authority, when we're gonna have those spiritual bodies, the Lord is gonna give us the ability to even control rain. If these people don't come to worship Yahweh Hashem Yahshai in Jerusalem in the time of feast, in the time of the Passover, in any celebration that we demand them to show up, we're gonna stop rain from coming down on in their land. We're gonna humble these other nations. Okay, we're gonna humble these other nations, man. When they see us, they're gonna bow down. They're gonna understand, man. They're gonna understand the difference between the Israelites, the chosen people of the Lord, and them. Okay, in that day, they're gonna understand, man. Because right now we don't have the respect that we deserve, man. We walk around; these people think they're better than us, man. They look at us, they got their nose in the air. But let's see when your stomach is touching, man. You see? Let's see when you have no power to turn to, when you're calling upon your vain idols, and they're not responding. Okay? We're gonna end up like Elijah mocking you, man. You see? I'm gonna mock you and tell you, maybe your God is sleeping. You know? Maybe your God is sleeping. That's why, with a drumstick in our mouth, we're gonna tell him, no. Maybe your power is not hearing you, man. Maybe you have to call him louder. Maybe you gotta fast you gotta fast longer. So anyways, so it says here in 1 Kings 17:2, and the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, get thee hence, and turn thee eastward, and hide thyself by the brook of Cherith, that is before Jordan. And it shall be that thou shalt drink of the brook, and I have commanded the ravens to feed thee there, and I've commanded the ravens to feed thee there. You see, it tells us even we're gonna be in league with the animals of the field. Don't be surprised that a monkey shows up, and depending if you're in a city, if you're in a country where there's monkeys, don't be surprised that a monkey just shows up and give you a bunch of bananas. Okay, don't be surprised if fishes, if you see fish, a bunch of fishes just jump out of the lake to be eaten by you. Don't be surprised if something happens that you'll end up with food, man. The Lord is gonna somehow, some way, you'll end up with something, man. Well, these other people, man, where they're gonna be scratching their head trying to figure out how are you eating? How are you smiling? How do you have a piece of bread in your mouth right now? You know, how are you being sustained? How's your countenance the difference from ours, man? We look like we're about to jump in the grave, man. But you're out there smiling and jumping, skipping, like this was the kingdom. How's that? How can that be, man? Surely the Lord must be with you. This is gonna be the mentality of these people when they see us. Some of them might even want to kill us, man. The jealousy. And Jacob, Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing. Ultimately, they're gonna hate us too, man. Some of them, they're gonna look at us. They're gonna be like, "Yo, shit, man. This guy's having too much of a good time while I'm suffering. Yo, let's get this guy." But the angels campeth around us, and they're gonna destroy them, Lord willing. Again, I don't want to get off too much off topic, but you see, a raven. The Lord commanded the ravens to feed him. You see, the Lord supplied him with water and supplied him with food, man, and daily bread, man. You see, and that's why the Lord taught us when He taught us to pray. He told us to ask for the Lord for our daily bread. Okay, just enough that we can live, just enough that we can make it through the day, man. You see, and that's what's important, man. It says here, so he went and did according to the word of the Lord. So he went and dwelled in the brook of Cherith, that is before Jordan, and the raven brought him bread and flesh in the morning, and bread and flesh in the evening, and he drank of the brook. And again, Elijah, he obeyed the voice of the Lord. The same way that Abraham obeyed the voice of the Lord, the same way that Isaac obeyed the voice of the Lord, the same way that Jacob and his children obeyed the voice of the Lord. We have to do the same. We have to move with full assurance, with complete faith in the word of Yahweh Hashem Yashai. Okay, that's what's important, man. The Lord doesn't want sacrifice. He wants obedience. He would rather us to obey His voice than to do sacrifice, as it says in First Samuel 15, around the 20th verse. But it tells us also that we have to have faith in Yahweh Hashem Yashai, man. That's the most important. Without faith, you cannot please Him, man. You must trust Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that He will come and deliver you out of temptation, out of troubles, man, out of the evil to come, man. Yahushua, I pray for us, man. I pray you not that you take them out of the world, but that you deliver them out of the evils, you know. So you call upon the Lord. You say, "Call halalam Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Tawara for delivering me, man, for keeping me in the faith, for giving me this knowledge." Okay. This is the fact that you know that famine is coming. You're preparing yourself already. You might fast once a month. You might fast once a week, twice a week. But regardless, you're already in a mentality that okay, there might be a point where I won't be able to have access to food as much, man. So you prepare yourself mentally. You prepare yourself. But these people, they don't know nothing about that. Okay. You tell Fat Joe to go 12 hours without eating, man. This guy might kill you. At the 6th hour, you might see him trying to chew on your leg. These people are gonna be through, man. So back to the point. It says here, First King 17 and 8, so like and 7, and it came to pass after a while that the brook dried up, because there had been no rain in the land. Okay, and the word of the Lord came unto him, saying, Arise, get thee to Zarephath, which belonged to Zidon, which dwelt there. Behold, I have commanded a widow woman there to sustain thee. The Lord can work through animals. The Lord can work through people to manage a doomsday prepper might tell you, yo, pull up, man. I got in my basement. I got a full reserve of food. Come with me, man. The Lord might the Lord might work through people to keep you sustained, man. Okay, as it is written, man. You see, Elijah ran out of water, and the Lord told him, "Yo, go over there, go dwell in that place, because I set up a woman to take care of you, man." Okay. So it says here, so he arose and went to Zarephath, and when he came to the gate of the city, behold, the widow woman was there gathering sticks, and he called her and said, "Fetch me, I pray thee, a little water in a vessel that I may drink." And as she was going to fetch it, he called to her and said, "Bring me, I pray thee, a morsel of bread in thine hand." And she said, "As the Lord thy power liveth, I have not cake, but a handful of meal in a barrel, and a little oil in the curse. And behold, I am gathering 2 sticks, that I may go in and dress it for me and my son, that we may eat it and die." So here she already lost faith, man. You see, she was already at her last, man. She was already about to, after this meal, that was gonna be her last meal, and she was ready to see the grave. That's how bad these things are gonna be, man. These people are gonna be like at the point of, yo, man, you can see it in their eyes, man. Don't be surprised when your next door neighbor, when your sisters, when your brothers, they start looking at you funny, man. You know in those cartoons, man, they show it when the people are in the desert, they're in the desert and they might see a mirage. You see, they might see a mirage, but also because they're hungry, they're thirsty, it messes with their head, man. Plus the sun, plus the sun, it messes with their head. These people become crazy. You starve someone, that person might become a different person, man. You see? It says here, and Elijah, verse 13, and Elijah said unto her, fear not, fear not. That's what's important, not to fear, but only to believe. Yahushua, he was pissed sometimes at the disciples because sometimes they were fearing for no reason, especially in the time when he was they were on the boat. You think the Lord set raised me up to do all these things, and he's gonna let all of us drown in the boat while I'm here? Yo, come on, ye of little faith. So as Elijah said unto her, fear not, and go do as thou hast said, but make me therefore a little cake first, and bring it unto me, and after for thee and thy son, and for thy son. And for thus said the Lord, Salakia, for thus said the Lord, power of Israel, the barrel of meal shall not waste, neither shall the curse of oil fail, until the day that the Lord send rain upon the earth. And she went and did according to the sayings of Elijah, and she and he and her house did eat many days. And the barrel of meal wasted not, neither did the curse of oil fail, according to the words of the Lord which he spake by Elijah. Okay, so again, we must trust the Lord. He can work through animals, he can work through people to keep us maintained. But all we have to do now in this time is push forth the word of Yahweh Bashem Yashai. Keep praying, you know, keep having faith in the name of the Lord, man. Because in the time of famine, he's gonna deliver us. He's gonna keep us safe, man. You know. And again, I'll finish up with Second Ezra 6:22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Suddenly, somehow, some way, these people, they put their trust in the vein system that can crumble at a blink of an eye. And we saw what happened when that that canal, the canal of Suez, when there was a blockage in the canal Suez, man. All these people, they bugged out for a whole 2-3 weeks, man, because they had no, they didn't know, because import export trade, the import export route was messed up. So these people, they lost a lot of money, a lot of things, a lot of things happened just because of that instant. The chain was kind of broken. Okay. But the same way that the Lord is gonna, you see those the storehouses that were full, suddenly they're gonna appear, they're gonna be empty. Somehow, some way, the Lord is gonna destroy everything that they put their trust in. As it says, the man that put their trust in the Lord is as a man that builded a house in a strong in a under a strong foundation, which is Yahweh Shai. Once you put your faith in Yahweh Shai, and you build you surround your life around the faith, around the gospel, around the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you're under a strong foundation because you're walking in the truth. Okay, and regardless of what happens, you cannot be shaken. But those that put their faith in this system, those that put their faith in this world, okay, is as a man that built his house on sand. As the first as a first blow of wind, he's gonna be stirred and shaken. It says those that put their trust in Egypt, those that lay on that lay on the staff of Egypt, the staff shall break and it shall pierce their arm. Okay, at the end of the day, it's gonna be your shame. Okay, when you take that when you take that MOTB, when you take that mark of the beast, man, when you take that microchip and it ends up in your arm, and suddenly, the Lord, the Lord likes to work in surprise. The Lord always likes to surprise people, man. Just when you think you're about to die, the Lord can deliver you like that. Okay, just when you think it's the end, the Lord can all you have to do is believe and not fear. Okay. So technically, what these people, man, they're gonna be confused. They're gonna be ashamed, as it said, man. My servants shall rejoice, shall be glad, shall rejoice. But these people shall be full of shame, okay? Because these people that are willing to take to worship the beast, and his wicked system, and take the market, take the microchip when the opportunity is gonna show at the door, at their doorstep. Even if it's to eat, to feed their family. When they're gonna take it, it tells you that, as it was saying, suddenly the full storehouses shall appear empty. So you take that chip to eat, suddenly you'll be ashamed because there's nothing there to eat, and jokes on you, because now you have the mark of the beast, and the Lord is gonna destroy you with nuclear fire. If not with nuclear fire, with famine. And as I started before, it says, "Better is he that is slain with the sword than he that dies by hunger." Okay. So again, this was just a lesson to bring forth the fact that famine is a weapon that the Lord uses to punish people, man. The prophets are pushing the fact that there is going to be a famine. It is going to happen, man. Cannibalism is going to come back at a higher rate, man. You're going to see it, your neighbor that these people, man. They're gonna go ballistic because their foundation is sand, man. These people, the difference between a man and an animal, between the man and the beast, is the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. So these people, man, they don't know Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. They don't keep the law, statutes, and commandments. They're beasts, man. And the beasts that will revert to their real nature. Even Esau, Edom, it's gonna come down with great wrath, man. And that great wrath, man, you don't want to, these people are gonna realize, man, that the Lord is nothing to play with. Okay. But those that serve in truth and in sincerity, they'll have the reward. Those that don't fear him, those that shun him, those that don't have Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in mind, they're gonna be destroyed. And so be it, man. Either by sword, or either by famine, either by pestilence, either by war, either by whichever way that the Lord wants these people to be destroyed, man. All right. So that being said, man, I like to give all praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elders, apostles, and bishop of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Salutation to the hopeful elect of the house of Israel, who are keeping the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of their ability. Until next lesson, Lord willing, this was edifying. Kwam Yasha'Allah, DTA Ababa Ba, soon. Till next lesson. Shalom.